The guy 30M, I 22F, have been dating has been lying about his age. I met this guy on a dating app, and his profile listed his age as 26. We've been dating for around 4 months now, and things have been going well. Recently, it was his birthday. I found out he wasn't turning 27 like I thought. He was actually turning 30. I really like him, and we have a strong connection. But I also feel very uneasy that he's been lying the whole time. I'm struggling to figure out how big of a red flag this is. On one hand, I understand why he might have done it, but on the other hand, it makes me question what else he might not be honest about. Either way, it sounds like he wasn't actually looking for anything long-term. The age difference doesn't bother me. My circle is made up of people 25-35 anyway, and I am the outlier being 22. It's just the lie. How do I go about talking to him about this and setting boundaries about lying? I also don't know if I should stay with him, or if this is a big deal. There is literally no reason for him to lie about his age, as an adult seeking out other adults. I would then consider if he's trying to make himself more palatable to younger women, which definitely would raise a few red flags to me. You should run away from this one. He is deliberately baiting young girls because women his age can see his bullshit from a mile away. Yes, this is a giant red flag. He lied about his age to get a young girlfriend. Major creep factor. He kept it up for months, too. You can't set boundaries about him lying. Boundaries are for yourself. I won't date people that lie about basic info for months on end, would be a boundary. Also, why is somebody his age looking for somebody so much younger? That's also a red flag. Somebody like that also may only want young girls, and then get to the point where you get to a certain age, and want somebody younger. Just saying from experience. Run. Liars don't stop lying just because they've been found out. I would never date someone who lied about their age, regardless of what age they actually are. A lie is a lie. If they're comfortable omitting an important truth, they're capable of keeping lots of other things from you. I, F28, am pregnant. My feelings for my husband, 30M, have me feeling guilty. Let me start by saying my husband is my best friend, my life partner, and my whole heart. I didn't know love like this existed until I met him. I'm 9 weeks pregnant, and he's been incredibly supportive in every way, cooking, cleaning, etc. Despite this, pregnancy has been hitting me significant other hard. Nausea non-stop, super sensitive sense of smell, dizzy spells, etc. We found out we were pregnant at 5 weeks, and have had sex exactly once in the last 4 weeks, which is not normal for us at all. He hasn't been naggy or needy about it, but we've definitely both have been feeling it. Even so, for some unknown reason, he's driving me nuts. When we wake up, he tries to cuddle, and I'm crawling out of my skin. His scent and his sweat make me nauseous. I don't mind a quick kiss goodbye, but sometimes he'll try to slip in some tongue, or even make his lips soft, I guess, instead of just puckering up for a regular kiss. I know it doesn't make sense, but it infuriates me. I can't stand it. Literally, the rage is something I've never felt before, and it makes me feel horrible. The guilt is driving me crazy. This person is everything to me. I know hearing this would break his heart. I set boundaries and stuff, but how do I explain this feeling to him? I feel horrible for feeling like this. I feel horrible writing it. Not only that, but I feel slimy and fake for not being able to talk about it. Can anyone relate at all? And please tell me it's just a first trimester thing, and that I'm not a horrible partner? I don't think I could stand it if I feel this way my whole pregnancy. If anyone has any insight at all, it would be so appreciated. Too long did not read. My husband is supportive of my pregnancy, but is driving me crazy. Dear, do not worry. Unfortunately, pregnancy hormones will either make a woman absolutely feral for her man, or make them hate the very air he breathes. Thankfully, it doesn't last long, and it's totally normal grinning face with sweat. My advice is to make sure you have healthy communication with your husband and let him know how you're feeling, and that it has absolutely nothing to do with him. Find different ways to express intimacy and fulfill that connection in the meantime. By the second trimester, you should be feeling a bit more like yourself. If not, mention it to your OB. For me, by the time I was into my 3rd trimester, I was all over my husband again, so much so that he needed to beat me off with a stick, grinning face with sweat. Most likely in the 2nd trimester, you're going to be hornier than you can imagine, and everything will be much easier than the first 12 weeks. You need to tell your partner exactly what you've written here. Pregnancy is a hard thing. He clearly understands that. Tell him exactly what you feel, and that you need him to stop doing XYZ for now. Stress that this is not a reflection on him and he has done nothing wrong, but that right now you need him to stop doing XYZ, and you'll let him know when you're ready for him to do those things again. Girl, that's completely normal. The pregnancy hormones either drive you feral for your man, or make you want to dump him LMAO. Hopefully, it calms down after the first trimester. If not, then there's always the postpartum stage, where his existence will piss you off even more, loudly crying face with tears of joy. Happy pregnancy. But to answer the question, just tell him gently that you are in a constant state of nausea, etc., and while it might be confusing for now, it will get better soon. Oh yes, I stopped tolerating the smell of my husband early in pregnancy. Couldn't stand him. He had to stop wearing deodorant, his cologne, and we changed soap and even detergent. I was miserable, throwing up constantly, and oh so tired. This lasted for the first 5-6 months, and got somewhat better toward the third trimester. Hang in there, and hopefully he will too. It will all go back to new normal, and you will tolerate him better again someday. Ladies, you are eating peanut butter ice cream with pretzels at 3 a.m. and can't smell oranges without gagging. Tom and Jerry cartoons have you crying because if they just tried to get along it would just know. And the fact that your libido is weird is somehow a mystery? I'm no doctor, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's because you are pregnant. I found out my 30 male boyfriend cheated on me, 28 female, again with the girl he told me not to worry about. I found out my 30 male boyfriend cheated on me, 28 female, again with the girl he told me that was over and done with, and didn't have to worry about anymore about a month or so ago. I wouldn't speak to him until he came to my job and tried to talk and win me back. I've been trying to forgive him, but he's making it hard. His birthday was a week after the incident, and he was asking about me making a threesome happen for his birthday. I didn't make it happen. Fast forward to now, last week my car broke down, so he has been trying to help me getting it fixed / get me a new one. Today we just got into an argument because he told me to make the threesome happen after I sent him a picture of me. I'm drained because every time I express my feelings to him it turns into an argument, and he says, I'm always going shit for you and you always thinking off about me. Any advice? This man doesn't love you. All he cares about is his threesome. He cheated again, and you want to try to make it work? Girl, break up with him. Drop him, and get tested for STIs, all of them. Again, where is your self-worth? Why on earth would you stay with a cheater who clearly doesn't think you are enough, and that you owe him a threesome because he does shit for you? You leave. Don't say, oh, but I love him, and I just want him to see that, and love me the same way. He doesn't. He's going to keep on doing this, because he can. You stay. Is this really the woman you want to be? Chuck his arse to the curb, cut all contact and block him, and don't look back. He's a cheater and will always be one. Don't waste your time and risk your heart on this loser. Why are you with someone who has so little respect for you? Husband, 35 male, won't stop vaping but also refuses to let me, 28 female, have an oil diffuser. Husband, 35 male, keeps taking the batteries out of my, 28 female, diffuser for the house because he said he doesn't believe in inhaling chemicals. But this makes me so confused because he is a vapor and won't ask when I have asked him to stop vaping in the house and near me. I chose the diffuser because he told me no wall plug-ins. I'm mad because I like the house to smell nice. I feel like maybe I should just drop it to not deal with a fight or him getting angry. What kind of compromise can we come to so that we're both happy? Too long did not read. Feel like husband is being hypocritical, but how do I address this so we can compromise and are both happy? Throw away his vapes. Tell him he's right and breathing in chemicals are very hazardous and you're sorry for not realizing sooner. Now you're both safe. Dang, I read your other posts because I wasn't sure if this was a troll. He vapes but won't allow his wife to put a diffuser in the house. You're in a tough spot. You met him when you were 20, never had a chance for a real relationship in your adulthood, and got fooled by being inexperienced. You probably know you need to escape, but don't KO how. That's difficult. Find a nice female therapist you vibe with and figure this out. You only get one life. Do everything you can to make it your best. You know your husband is being hypocritical. Emphasize that a compromise must be made. If you want to drop it, wax warmers exist too. But also he is constantly inhaling chemicals. That's what air is. He doesn't get to make a unilateral decision about how the house smells. Personally, I would find it hard to feel attracted to someone this stupid. I can understand some defensive when first confronted with the issue, but after some time to think he should realize how ridiculous this sounds and be willing to discuss compromises. For example, what if you guys pick the diffuser scents together to find ones he likes? Or look into other options like potpourri or whatever. But if he wants to keep this line of argument, it makes him look like an idiot. Husband is a controlling hypocrite. There is nothing confusing about it. Tell him next time he takes the batteries from your chemical maker, diffuser, you'll hide his chemical maker, vape, woman shrugging medium light skin tone, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Everything is chemicals, though. Is he going to hold his breath forever?